We got a connection tied with, you know, how do you fund it and camping, and again, we've kind of addressed this in other places, our funding, how we fund it, and it's with savings and multiple streams of income. And then with the camping, we've addressed that, where you camp for free and how we do it. There's just a lot of misconception, especially whenever we meet traveling Americans. They're like, whoa, are you guys like independently wealthy, or did you inherit all this money, or whoa, you know, you have to be so rich to travel. It's just a general misconception. It's really not that expensive. You can travel for cheap. We got 5 kids and who eat like horses, and we travel for cheap. So you can do it. It's not going to cost you 25 grand to travel around for 4 or 5 months.
Now, again, I think that also depends on what you consider to be necessities. Okay, we are renting a 2-bedroom house right now here in Guatemala, and it's only $200 a month. For us, that's sufficient. 2 bedrooms, even with 5 kids, is plenty for us, because all of our kids are in one room, and they don't have a problem with that. And
they're little people.
And they're, well, yeah, and they're little people, so it totally works. But, you know, not everyone has the same lifestyle standards, I guess. You know, some people really feel the need to have more luxury or more convenience, or, you know, there's different levels. Some people probably would not consider living in the area that we're living in. For us, we don't have a problem with it. We're accustomed to being around local people, and we're okay living in a local neighborhood. So
that brings up a thought for me, though. It might give you an opportunity to change your reality, to change your perspective and your paradigm, to shift things and say, well, I gotta have this and I gotta have that. Try going without it. Or a lot of people, and this is what's the tragedy, a lot of people hold that standard, and so they don't go anywhere because they can't find it that way for cheap enough. So like, well, no, the way I travel costs this much, and I don't have that much money, so I'm not going. To me, that's a horrible exchange rate. That's a tragedy, where if you just say, well, you know what, I'm gonna have to I'm willing to give up this, this, and this because I want to travel more than I want to stay here and dream about traveling. So it's a great opportunity to throw out some of those rules and say, you know what, no, when I travel, I gotta have this. No. If it's going to prevent you from traveling or limit you the time you can travel, get rid of it. Do whatever it takes to live your dream. If your dream is to travel, and I know that's not everybody's dream, but if it's your dream, do whatever it takes. Stay at a backpacker hostel if you have to. Do whatever it takes to have the longevity and to do your trip. Change your reality a bit. Shift it. Shift your paradigm. And we've gone through all kinds of shifts. We constantly do. We get some, hey, you know what? Let's think differently about this, and it gives you a great opportunity. But yeah, because we want to do what we want to do, we're willing to live very frugally and without a lot of conveniences and luxuries. And so you just got to look at your own mode of travel and see how you can do it the least expensive way, if that's what you need to figure out for finances. Which is, for a lot of people, that's the main thing. How do I fund my trip? How do I camp for free? How do I travel for cheap? And there's a lot of ways to do that. In fact, I did a whole program on doing that. How to see everything for nothing, where you just give all kinds of ideas on how to travel very, very cheaply. So there are a lot of options. You just got to look at yourself and your reality, your rules, and creative ways to get it done.